Hi everyone. Looks like we're starting live. All right, we're live. Hi everyone. This is Shakti. I am just so excited to be live right now in the Six Figure Spiritual Entrepreneurs Group. This is a very powerful place for many of you powerful leaders to come together and grow your business, grow your work. Some of you are call yourself a spiritual entrepreneurs. Some of you call yourself holistic practitioners. But this is a place where we all converge, come together, and take these steps forward in your business growth. If you don't already know me, I am Shakti Sharma. I'm a women's leadership coach, and I specialize in manifestation, I specialize in wealth creation, and I specialize in supporting women leaders to really step into their bigness. And sometimes as women, we forget, how big and how powerful we are. We truly are. And that is really my job to help you support, to step into that part of you, that wisdom part of you, that part of you that holds the courage, that holds the confidence, that holds this innate desire to really go big and go big as quickly, as fast, and as safely as possible. I have been having many conversations with women leaders across the globe around wealth and around money. And, it's such a hard reality to kind of come home to, where women still, to this date, kind of feel that sometimes they don't have what it takes to be independent, to really stand on their 2 feet, to claim financial sovereignty. And that is why we're having this conversation today. So let's start with a little kind of reflection. What would your life be if you wake up tomorrow morning or right now and you realize that there is no limit to how much you can earn? Like there's no cap, there's no limit whatsoever in how much money you can make. And in that reality, how different would you feel? How different would your life really look like if you didn't have to hit this wall every time, this wall of I don't have enough, I don't have money? How different would your life be in that reality when there are no limits? And let's just take a moment to really come back, drop down to your belly, sink into your breath. How different would your life look? How different you feel if you have all the resources you need? If you have money at your disposal, if you know that the clients are coming, you know that your income is growing in your bank account. And if you are here watching me live, put in the comments, how would you feel if there's no income cap? If money is not a barrier, a problem to solve, when you know there's sufficient, always available for you. Every time I do this exercise with my clients, I get a variation of response. And most times that response really come to that same theme. I'm going to feel more secure. I'm going to feel more safe. And I'm going to say yes to everything I need. And that is huge, right? That is so huge. Most businesswomen also tell me that I'm going to feel confident. putting my work out in the world. I'm going to feel confident that my work works and I'm getting paid to do my work, doing what I love doing. Most women also tell me that they will spend less time worrying, and actually that opens up their field more time in creating solutions. Solutions that sell, experiences that sell, transformation that sell, right? So put in the chat, how would your life look differently? What would you feel? How would you feel differently if you had all the money you need in the world? And with that kind of reflection, I want to also just be so honest that the reality is that for many of us, there is this invisible income ceiling that we hit in our journey of business growth that sometimes, most times, actually hold us back, make us feel so small inside of us. And in that smallness, sometimes we don't even know that it's in our way, that there is a ceiling that exists. And today, in this conversation, I'm just here to shine a light on that ceiling and starting to help you break it down little by little. So if you are really ready to expand your capacity to earn, to welcome more money, more wealth, more abundance in an easy way, and feel excited about what is possible for you to experience, I want to say welcome. You are at the right place, and we're here to dive in. We're here to dive in together. And if that is you, go ahead, put a yes in the chat. Let me know you're here so I can feel your energy and we can kind of all co-create this transformation through this conversation. So let's talk about what is an invisible income ceiling. A lot of times, what happens is that we try to do our business from our mind. And this mind is so beautiful. This mind is so powerful. It, is so good at laying out a plan and implementing a plan. Now, a lot of your income goals actually come from your mind. How much you need, how much money you need to call in, how many clients you need to call in to really be well and, thrive in your life. That is part of what your mind does in your body. That is what the mind directs, and it's really good at supporting that process. Now, the money is actually not received by the mind. And this is where a lot of us kind of miss the mark, because we think the mind is going to help us figure out how to make money. The mind can give you a goal, mind can lay out some steps, but the actual part of receiving it is not your mind's job. It is actually how much you receive depends on your body. How much your body is open to receiving what you're calling in your field. And your body is linked very strongly to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, a lot of times, can hold many different beliefs and many different experiences, past experiences, that can, not allow that abundance to flow in. And, mind can go in, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need to really thrive in the world. And most of us stay right there, trying to problem solve how you get what you need. But what we miss the mark on is the subconscious mind and your body, which is, your subconscious mind is your energetics is directly feeding to your body. And the body doesn't get all she needs to really open up and expand in her ability to receive pleasure, her ability to receive the income you need, your ability to receive good experiences and good feelings. And when the body doesn't get that, She like shrinks down to a very small, tiny place, and and what happens there is that we try. Our mind is like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do all kinds of things. But the body is like, I'm not ready. I'm not safe. I am not seen. I don't have space open to receive something, because everything the body is perceiving is a threat because of all the subconscious stories that are sitting in the mind, in the subconscious mind. So if you have ever experienced that, I'm not, and sometimes we are aware of these things, sometimes we're not even aware of these things. We're just so in the, this train started by our mind of problem solving and getting money. Sometimes we don't even know what beliefs are playing out. So if you have ever felt, I am not good enough, my work is not good enough, if there's any kind of very subtle fear of responsibility, taking responsibility as more clients come to your business and work with you, or there's any level of guilt, around earning money, a lot of these things are the ones sitting in the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind will hold your past experiences, and not just your past experiences, but the experiences of your ancestors, experiences of your parents, experiences of your grandparents, experiences of the childhood events you have gone through that mind may have forgotten in the pursuit of trying to problem solve your way out of it, but they still exist. They still exist. And while sometimes it's not our choice to go through these experiences, right? It was not our choice what experiences our ancestors go through, but what is available to you is a choice to start to transmute these experiences, start to open up, clean out the subconscious mind so that new belief systems can actually be rooted and they can support you and your business growth. And this is such a critical part of growing your business, because I see so many leaders out there trying and not actually hitting the goals that they have. So how do you know whether you are hitting an invisible income ceiling or not? You can know for sure if you have ever experienced patterns like this subtle hesitation to talk about your investment working with you. Like you're in a potential client conversation, and then there's this subtle hesitation, like, I don't know if my client can pay this. I don't know if I should be asking, this subtle hesitation, and just like going in and saying, okay, the investment to work with me is 10,000. And in that, yes from you, we're gonna take care of exactly what you're working through and you want solution for. It's that level of confidence that gets a bit squashed down in that hesitation. And if you have experienced that ever before, or you're currently experiencing it, then that means there's an invisible income ceiling playing out. Any level of self-doubt during your sales process, doubt whether the person I'm talking to, do they have money? Do I think they can invest? Or where you start to, question other people's capacity to pay you, that is also a sign of an invisible income ceiling. You start to also hesitate raising your pricing, actually. You start to kind of undercharge and, kind of play small in that way. You start to also feel uncomfortable with money. Like, I don't know where I would put the money in. There's like this unconsciousness that comes in. I don't know, will I be spending on the right thing? How to manage money? This like level of, I don't know if I have within me to be able to fully take on this responsibility and feel really clear about where my money comes from and where my money goes. Sometimes the invisible income ceilings also come in the form of not having a plan, not being able to kind of put together a plan on what steps you need to take. Sometimes this money, like this unconsciousness, I need money and there's a lot of charge in me around that, but I don't know what needs to be done. And that is a sign of very deep emotional overwhelm that gets created. And there's one more thing that's coming to my mind, which is, this like unconsciousness that plays out. And then this confidence in your ability to take action, take consistent action to grow your money. These are all signs of invisible income ceilings. And these invisible income ceilings, again, are not just what's happening right now in your life, but it is coming from the energetics, the energy you hold in your space. It comes from the emotions that your body feel. It comes from the beliefs that are sitting in the subconscious mind. All of them play a part in creating an income ceiling so that you feel safe. You feel safe, right? They serve a purpose. So we're not here to hate on invisible income ceiling. We're going to give our gratitude to them for keeping you safe. And at the same time, you can learn to feel safe in a different way. It doesn't have to be in a way of blocking or very unconsciously cutting off the flow of money in your life. And that is what I am inviting you to do. Inviting you to learn to create safety in a different way so that you don't have to cut off from the flow of life. You can still receive life and keep progressing, keep kind of deepening that safety within your body. Everything that is happening in your life is a reflection of your thoughts, your emotions, your body, right? Your breath. And you can really start to clean this up and move forward by saying yes to this flow, And that is my invitation to you, to allow yourself, to take these growth steps, to allow yourself to receive abundance in a way that feels good to your body. Because this makes a huge difference. And especially as business women, business owners, business leaders, this is not much talked about, because money usually has so much charge for people. People don't generally talk about money. They like to hide that part of them. Because money sometimes feels to people that I have failed, which is so not true. You have not failed at all. Your work is so powerful, so transformative. People need your work. The world needs your work. Your work is sacred. And by just starting to clean up some of these old stories and starting to clean up these feelings, you can feel more confident, more validated. And that is a huge game changer for your business. The other thing that I also see a lot of times, especially for us, spiritual practitioners, holistic practitioners, spiritual entrepreneurs, people like us can also have a very deep non-deservingness around money, because we are constantly putting our one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in the material realm. And sometimes there is such a denial that happens where, sometimes we don't really allow our body to open up, expand, and receive. This denial of our body's needs, right? Whereas when we don't honor our body, we go in a state of trauma very fast, because then our body is surviving. She's not seen, she's not held, she's not supported by you, and our body can go in a state of trauma where she can start to separate from all that you are tuning in and receiving in the spiritual realm, but actually not, being really met and received in the physical realm at the body level. And for people like us, it becomes so much more critical actually to start to clean out the energetics, start to really bring our bodies in a flow state, start to work with the nervous system, start to really open the body. So what I want to share with you is Wealth Codes, my newest program that is starting this Monday. And actually, Wealth Codes is at the investment for Wealth Code is super affordable. It's only $444. I tried my best to keep it super affordable for more and more people to take advantage of it, because I know how important this body of work is and how much it's a game changer for your business. But the investment for this program is going to double up. It's going to its original price, $888, midnight tonight. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be actually gathering every single day for 8 days. 8 days we're going to be gathering every single day for 2 hours. So it's going to go a little bit intensive. And this body of work is going to follow a process. And the process is fourfold. So number one, you're going to learn to create deep safety in your body, right? You're going to learn to keep the body very safe, because, that is one of the biggest reasons why your body has sabotaged the flow of money in your life. Number two, you're going to work with your nervous system, and you're going to really start to relax the nervous system, really lower the flow of cortisol hormone in your body. You're going to release the stress slowly, gently, and start to have the nervous system come to a place of neutrality, where receiving big sums of money is no big deal. Seeing your bank account at zero, even at zero, is no big deal. Where your mind and your nervous system can learn to hold these highs and lows. Because the fear of experiencing these highs and lows is what has sabotaged the flow of money towards you. So you're going to start to really work with the nervous system, where you let go of the worries and open your nervous system to neutrality, where you start to see, okay, this is what I'm experiencing, and here's how I can start to shift it by taking these steps forward. You're also going to really work on your inner identity. And a lot of times it's very typical for your identity to feel like a victim, or feel like I have failed, or I have not succeeded, or I don't have what it takes. You're going to start to reset that identity, and you're going to start to, anchor on what is like the identity of you, who is wise, who makes money at her will, and who lives a life of abundance. And that is really powerful. You're also going to work with your emotions, develop that deeper emotional mastery over some of these emotions sitting in your space. And we're going to be doing a lot of deep sharing, because a lot of times the lack of money can hold a lot of charge and a lot of shame with it. And shame is the glue that keeps everything in the body. It doesn't let the flow, things to be released. So we're going to be dismantle and kind of dissolve this shame through really allowing stories to come up safely, be shared, and released. So these are the core 4-step process we're going to be following in every session over 8 days. Again, this is the process is that we're going to be working on developing safety in the body. You're going to be relaxing your nervous system, really regulating your nervous system, and opening your nervous system's capacity to be neutral, so that you can hold space for the highs and lows that come, and start to build consistency in your income. Number three, you're going to be resetting your identity. That is a huge piece because this identity shift will actually change how you perceive your life and all the situations with your business. And you're going to be developing emotional mastery to starting to dissolve some of these old stories and free yourself from any shame around it. And that is really the process we're going to be following. In the 8-day journey, I have 8 wealth codes energetically downloaded. Half of them are very feminine codes and half of them are very masculine codes. And it's going to be a journey that will unfold for you. But we're going to be kicking off at a very soul level, really opening up what is possible. We're going to be really dancing in the field of potentiality. What is possible for you? What is possible for you to receive and experience and create in your wealth space in this time? And this is going to lift up any survival in your space right away. And that's where our journey begins. And our journey will go on for 8 days, and it's going to end on how do we anchor what we are doing with doing the greater good for the world. So it's the whole 8-day journey will have one special practice, and every practice is really geared towards helping you deepen. You're going to deepen your gratitude. You're going to deepen your self-worth, your sense of inner value. You're going to deepen in your beingness. You're going to start to open up to the frequency of play, validation. You're going to start to really deepen into establishing boundaries and clear agreements. And I'm going to be very creative in this process. And right now I am looking at many different practices, but I have activations lined up for you. I have movement practices lined up for you. I have some womb work, kind of in your creative centers lined up for you. And we also have some grid work lined up for you. So you're going to be experiencing many different modalities, but all working together in this journey so that you get to step away from survival and expand this state of thriving, expand into living a life where you feel limitless. And whatever that means for you, for some of you, it means having permission to travel. I am one of you. I love to travel. And you're going to start to say yes to things that actually support you. And this is going to change everything. I will tell you one thing, that I do this work not just for me. I do this work for my kids, because whatever is not healed here is passed down. And I want to invite you to take this moment. If you feel this readiness, anything is possible here. And to trust yourself in this process, that the right healing, the right expansions, the right breakthroughs are going to come forward. And it is going to make a huge difference to your business and how you get to grow your business. Because I know in my heart one thing, that you deserve way more. You deserve way more. You deserve way more than what you probably are seeing in your bank account right now. I work with clients who actually take this work and they go to the next level of their income. And I want to highlight 2 specific examples, which I think is so important to share what is possible for people to experience. So I had a client who worked with me last year, and she had a business. She had a business and she was doing one thing or this thing here and there, but she had no clients. And let me know if you can resonate with that, because it's not just her story. I see this happen a lot of time, where people have ideas and there's no concrete plan behind how things happen. And this particular client had a new business and she had no clients so far. And getting that first client was the hardest thing for her ever, you know. And she had a high ticket offer. She didn't have a low ticket. She had a high ticket offer. And she signed up to do work with me. And the first thing that happened is a new client came in her world without doing anything. A whole new client came in her world. This is a time I haven't even done a session with her. She had just signed a contract. She signed up a new client. She does her first session with me. She signed up another client. And I want to speak to this because this is huge. And people don't realize this. When you trust yourself to this capacity that you're going to change things, you're going to step into that flow state, you're going to let go of the survival, you're going to say yes to abundance. Not just the work works, but the universe is listening constantly. The universe is seeing your commitment to yourself and your work, and it rewards you just by you really trusting yourself. And that is exactly what happened with my client. I had another client not too long ago, and she was experiencing something so different than my other client. She was experiencing this hesitation to go into these sales calls. And she, people would ask her, can I work with you? Can I work with you? And then they would like go disappear and she wouldn't hear back from her potential clients. And she would tell them, this is my pricing, and then they would disappear. So, I had just one session with her, and in that one session, she actually signed up 4 new clients. And here's the thing, these new clients were different than the people who were coming to her and asking about her work. And what she realized in the process is that her whole audience shifted. So what I want to offer to you and present to you, that there is no limit to what can come forward for you, and it's also going to support you. This body of work is not going to do this. The body of work, the practices, the process is going to actually plug into your situation, your business, your circumstances, and it's going to help you take action steps that you need to take at this point. And if, like my other client, it means that you cycle through the audience and start to call in people who are more abundant and have an easier time to pay for your work, you will have that. So sky is the limit on what is possible here. And again, if this feels like your time to take this step, the work is ready, the container is ready. This is going to be, yes, it's going to be a tender space to be in, but it's going to feel very supportive and light and playful and fun. And we're going to become masters at holding the duality and holding this neutrality, where we can recognize what's playing in ourselves, what stories are coming up, and we start to walk ourselves, take those baby steps towards a place where you feel like you can thrive, you feel more abundant within yourself. And you can take action steps to grow your business. And this is especially a really good time as we're approaching the holiday season. This is a time to make money. People got money to spend, and I would love to see more money coming into your business. So, I hope everybody here takes this opportunity to not see holidays as, oh my gosh, I need to plan for next year. No, this is a time to make money. Time is now. Act now. Take steps now. Step into trust now. Embody abundance now. And do the thing. Grow your business. This is your time now. Let me know if you have any questions. And for now, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.